This week, I'll lead you through another 7 movements morning practice. This is a gentle and short practice using 7 movements to wake up the shoulders, the spine, and the hips. Let's get started. You don't need any props for this week's practice. Unless you know that you have sensitive knees, then you could have knee pads or something else to cushion your knees. But other than that, we won't need any props. And we're going to start in child's pose. So already here, if you know that you want some cushioning under the knees, you could bring something under the knees and then find your child's pose. And this could be a wide-legged child's pose if that feels better for you now in the morning. Or you could bring your legs closer together. You might have your feet together. Find a place where you could give yourself a few breaths. It's our first pose this morning. Allow your shoulders to soften. Elbows could be on the mat. Then send a few more breaths all the way down towards the lower back. Allowing each breath in to open that back space. The backs of the ribs. That space between the shoulder blades. And let's take one more breath in and out. Maybe one slightly deeper, bigger breath in and out. And then slowly start to reach your hands, your arms further forward. And as you inhale, bring yourself up onto all fours. Now you could bring yourself onto hands and knees, or if you want, you could also come down onto elbows and knees, which one suits you this morning. And then we'll start to circle the weight from hands to knees, knees to hands. At the same time, we round and arch the spine like cat-cow movements, but also adding some side bending. Neck and head can move, they can circle as well. One more circle this way. And then from an easy place, change the direction. And just notice how you're breathing along those circles. Maybe slightly slower, deeper breaths in and out. Just getting those big joints moving in the shoulders, along the spine and in the hips. One more circle this way. And then bring yourself to center. Bring yourself onto your hands if you're down on your elbows. And then we're going to go into thread the needle. So now take your right arm and slide your right arm under the left arm, leaning your right shoulder, your head onto the mat. If you want, you can extend your left arm overhead. Take a couple of breaths here, in and out. Allowing a gentle twist. Allowing some opening around the shoulders. Take one more breath in and out. And then bring that left hand back closer to your shoulder and lift yourself onto hands and knees. Then we're going to step the right foot forward into a low lunge, leaving left hand on the mat. As you inhale, circle your right arm up, twisting out to the right. Exhale, circle that right arm down. Same again. Inhaling, twisting to the right arm, circling up. Exhaling, circling the arm down. One more round. Inhaling up, opening the chest. And then exhale, bring your both hands onto the mat. And we're going to inhale, send the pelvis back. Extend the right leg in front of us. And then lean either over or on the inside of that right leg. So now looking for some opening on the back side of that right leg. Also rounding the spine forward. You can either stay in a more still pose, or you can gently start to rock forward and back by flexing and pointing that right ankle. Allowing a bit of movement through the leg. That might affect your hips, your spine as well. And keep breathing, keep sending your breaths down towards the hips. Let's take one more breath in and out. The backside might feel very stiff in the morning. That's very normal. And then we'll allow movement to calm down. And from here, we're going to bring that right knee back onto the mat. And we're going to go into thread the needle on the other side. So now we'll slide the left arm under the right arm. Lean the left shoulder, head onto the mat. If you want, you can extend your right arm overhead. And then again, a few breaths here, in and out. Allowing your chest to turn to the right. And then with your next couple of breaths, step the right hand back closer to your shoulders. And then we'll bring ourselves back onto hands and knees. Now from hands and knees, step your left foot forward. Leave your right hand on the mat. And then we're going to circle the left arm. So now inhale, circle the left arm up. Exhale, circle the left arm down. Another in-breath, twisting to the left as you circle the arm up. Exhaling down. One more full circle. Inhaling up, opening the chest. And then exhale, bring both hands to the mat. And as you inhale, send your pelvis back, extending that left leg in front of you. And again, you can stay where you are, folding either over or on the inside of that left leg. Or you can start to point and flex the left ankle, the left foot, allowing that to bring some movement to the leg, to the hips. Let's see what your neck wants to do. Do you want to round your neck down and forward? Would you rather keep your neck more extended? Couple more breaths. Keep tops of the shoulders soft. And then we'll allow that movement to calm down. And now bring some weight onto your left foot and leave your right hand on the mat. We're going to turn into the shoelace pose, into a seated pose where the left leg is crossed on top of the right leg. We don't need to align the knees, just if that feels good, that is an option. Or you can also cross the legs so that your left leg is in front of the right. See, where do you feel? You could just wiggle your hips, your pelvis into a comfortable place. It could be a big stretch around the buttocks, the thighs, but no pain in the knees or hips. Once you've found a place for your legs, then reach left hand on the mat on the left hand side. And as you inhale, lengthen up through the right arm. Exhale, bend just a bit further to your left into a side bend. You can bend that right arm. You can bring right hand behind the head, behind the neck to support the neck. Or you might look down to the mat and send a couple of breaths towards the right armpit, towards the ribs on the right hand side. Take one more breath here, in and out. And then as you inhale, reach up through that right arm and help yourself up into a seat. You can keep legs where they are. We're going to circle the neck. Now bring right ear towards the right shoulder. And from there, continue circling your head anti-clockwise or counterclockwise. Breathing in and out, just allowing some gentle circles. You can allow your neck, your shoulders, your upper back, follow those movements of your head. Notice where you breathe in, where you breathe out along that circle. Just a couple more gentle circles. And then bring your chin towards the chest. And then inhale, bring your head up. You can lean onto your hands behind you and change your legs the other way around. So now crossing the right leg on top of the left. If you go for the shoelace, or again, you could be in a cross-legged seat where your right leg is in front of the left. Again, just wiggle a bit through the pelvis, through the hips. So you find a place where you feel you're sitting on the whole pelvis. And then we'll do the side bend to the other side. So lean onto your right hand. And as you inhale, lengthen up through the left arm. Exhale, bend towards the right. You can bend the left arm. The left hand could be behind the neck, behind the head, supporting the head. You might turn your gaze down and try to soften the very tops of the shoulders so they could drop away from the ears. You breathe towards that left armpit, towards the ribs on the left-hand side. Take another breath in and out. And then as you inhale, reach up through that left arm and help yourself up into a seat. You can keep the legs where they are. And we're going to roll the neck, the head the other way. So now we're going to go clockwise. Bring your left ear towards the left shoulder. And from there, breathing in, breathing out. Just gently circle the head. Be gentle when you're leaning your head back. So we're not crunching too much, so it's kind of more of an elevation of your gaze upwards. Again, you can let your upper back, you can let your shoulders join in that circle. Let's do one more circle, breathing in, breathing out. And then again, bring your chin towards the chest. And as you inhale, slowly help your head up. And then you can keep legs where they are, or you can release that shoelace, bring legs into a cross-legged seat, and just give yourself a few breaths in and out. If you want, you can bring one hand onto your chest, other hand down to your belly. Just notice your breath. Notice that calm rhythm in your own breath. And remember, throughout the day, if you start to feel overwhelmed, if you start to feel nervous, anxious, you can always return to this rhythm in your own breath. Give yourself a few calm, slow breaths in and out. Now, as we are closing the practice, if it's part of your practice, you can bring your palms together in front of the chest. And as always, at the end of the practice, most importantly, thank yourself for taking a moment to move, to breathe, to check in with yourself this morning. And I thank you very much for joining in. And I wish you a wonderful day ahead. Namaste. Thank you.